So I thought I'd go ahead and, of course, I always recommend getting to the last rank in your Alliance Showdown, right? Good loot, design plans, that kind of thing, right? But today's video, I'm going to talk about Mia's Fortune Hut, which, so far, I'm really kind of happy with. And part of the reason why is because, well, yes, okay, you can get a large chunk of loot. The one thing that kind of stands out to me as one of the benefits of Mia's Fortune Hut is it's a great opportunity to get anything from fire crystals to other rare items. But if anything, it's really good for fire crystal. I mean, as you can see here, we're getting 105 fire crystals, which is pretty darn hard to not look at and go, okay, that's really actually pretty good. The problem is it's mildly gambling. And by mildly, a lot man, a lot, because of course, you only have so many orbs and you have to get lucky that you'll hit one of these orbs, and each spin is kind of like, just getting lucky, and so in a way it's like, okay, Mia's Fortune Hut kind of has its own place, but I recommend it for people that need fire crystal. Multiple Enigma, a lot of people ask me once in a while, okay, what should I get in here, and for $10, you really can kind of pick and choose. I mean, I think design plans here are good, essence stones are good, fire crystals are good, even charm designs and charm guides are good here. There's not really a wrong answer so much as that you've got to buy through all of these, and that's the big problem for the grand prize, is that in order to get it, you've got to spend 5, 10, 5, so you're at 10, 20, 25, 30, so you're $35 to get all of this loot, and you're getting a bunch of custom chests and speed ups. And this is where I feel like, while Vault of Enigma is good, it's also expensive. $35 for all of that stuff is kind of on the pricey side, especially since, you're not really getting but one of these items. And so for that reason, I often kind of frown on Vault a little bit, because compared to what you can get during the holidays versus what you can gain. One thing I will tell a lot of people is, people were wondering, okay, I had somebody ask me, okay, if I want to get gear and I'm buying packs, what do I buy? What do I do? If you ask me, the Artisan Trove is probably where you're going to start, because in here you can get, basically you can get materials and design plans, or you can grab your polishing solutions and your hardened alloys, which I think is kind of a no-brainer. Of course, you can go to Dawn Market and you can go and grab design plans this way. I think design plans going through the Dawn Market makes a lot of sense, because you get a stupid amount of design plans this way. And you could go, down the hero gear route and go essence stones if you want. It's just dependent on whether you're working on sheath gear or hero gear. If you're working on hero gear, you're going to need a lot of essence stones. But you're also going to need a stupid amount of enhancement XP now that we have the ability to go to legendary on our gear. So there's a lot of choices here as far as what you can do in terms of both, the loot that you're going to gain. Oh, obviously for fire crystals at 740 at 100 is kind of steep. So, we're, yeah, at $5 it's okay, for what you're getting in essence stone, design plans. But I kind of frown on the fire crystal side of it. It's not as meh. It's kind of meh to me. Now, armament chests are probably where a lot of people picked up, at least in the beginning, this is where a lot of people pick up their essence stones. And remember, if you look at what you get in Dawn Market in here, you can get 360. And if you go to Dawn Market, conveniently, guess what? You go in here and you try to acquire that same comparable item of essence stones, right? You're going to notice that you're also looking at 360 at $100. So you're not going to get a whole lot of value out of custom armament chest, really, beyond that, okay, yeah, you're going to get 4,000 custom chests, but here you're going to gain 500 in terms of food, so if you look at 1,000 times 100K, all right, and you compare that to what you're gaining in 4,000 or so of these, basically take what you get in the Dawn Market, which is, basically 1,000 of each, and you start to see the Dawn Market is kind of behind a little bit on that front, but what you lose out of this is the 50,000 gems. So a lot of people, if they're just striving for gear, they might go Dawn Market because of the gems that they gain and not so much the resources. As far as enhancement gear goes, this is kind of a given, but every generation of hero has their own widget chest, and if you want the widgets, you're going to have to bite the bullet and go through the exclusive gear chest packs, and that's really kind of a given. There's no way around it. I mean, yeah, I guess you could conceivably go through, like, mystery badges if you wanted to. You could also try, I mean, you can angle it around here, but generally speaking, there's not an easy way around widget chests. And so when you find an opportunity to get them during an event, that's probably your best bet if you want to save a little bit of money along the way. Otherwise, really, as far as these packs are concerned, the only weekly pack I think is worth any salt is really the monthly card. I mean, I've seen people pick up the gear card, the weekly card, or even the fire crystal card, and all of these don't seem all that great to me. I mean, yeah, you're going to get 4 a day, but really, you know, anything in the regular pack is kind of a given, is not going to be that good. Like, I generally avoid these because I don't feel like they're really worth it. I mean, what you get in the rotation for Artisan Trove, Dawn Market, and Custom Armament Chest are generally going to be better, but really what tops over any of these is actually what you gain in the holidays. In the holidays, they usually do special event type packs, and from there, you'll tend to find that the offerings then are going to be a little better and a little bit more beneficial. But the biggest problem with any spending that you do in this game, right, whether you're upgrading on gear or what have you, is it's all going to be dependent on where you want to be. Now, okay, if you want to be the top whale in the server, right, you're going to be buying those every day. $200 to $300 a pop, a day. You know, if you're just wanting someone to be, like, somewhat mildly good, then you really don't need to go crazy on this. Like, you really don't. I mean, if you're joining rallies, then there's no reason. Like, there's really no reason at all to go to that extreme. Like, really, all you would need, really, at that rate, is fire crystals, and you just need to get the highest tier of troop you can get available to you if you're just joining rallies. Like, that's really all you need, in principle. I mean, because otherwise, I mean, really, yeah, you can pick and choose your battles, but I would recommend playing it like I'm playing it now, which is basically just acquire mythic shards and hoard as many of them as you can, because the benefit of that is that by the time Gen 4 roll lapses, basically, I'll have enough shards by Gen 5 that I'll be able to at least upgrade one completely, or damn well near close to it. I've got 436 shards, so I'll just keep stacking shards, and I'll be set to go by the time that actually unlocks and releases anyway. Plus, I can do those events that require shards anyhow, so it kind of works out to your advantage. Anyway, these are just my thoughts on purchasing gear and packs, and, you know, again, like anything, it's all ultimately up to you guys and how you want to do it. There's no one way, really, to get there fastest other than what you can afford. And that should naturally, you know, that is kind of how these games are. Is, you know, you would think it'd be fragmented and be like slow paced, and the more you spend, the more you gain. And it's like, kind of like, obviously the person that's taking $5 a pop on these is not going to be doing a whole lot better than the person that's spending $100 a pop. They've kind of eliminated a lot of that. But once in a while, if you do your comparisons, you'll start to see where there are kind of lapses. And like I said, every time I've ever seen a lapse where there is kind of a gain or a benefit, it's always during the holidays. That said, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.